So I was once on the set of Terms of Endearment, so I
What?
know Shirley MacLaine, and I can tell you that standing up against her in a scene is not an easy thing to do. That was great. Tell what she's not
No,
easy.
she. It's funny. Sh I love her so much. When I found out that Shirley was interested in doing this movie, because I pretty sure I was cast first. I One of the things I so long story short, it looked like this. It was a possibility to this that we weren't going to get bonded and that we weren't going to make this movie because we didn't have all of our insurance together or something. And part of me was like, that's okay. It wasn't meant to be because I was scared of Shirley. I was scared that I was going to be crap, that I wasn't going to be good enough, that she would think that she would wonder why she did it, that she would find herself in the wrong movie, all those time wasting worries that I still have, with certain people that I look up to this much. Shirley MacLaine is the person that I always wanted to work with, that I thought maybe one day, and here was my opportunity. And so when I heard the movie might go down, I was like, that's fine. I'm too scared. And then, of course, it happened, and we got on incredibly well, incredibly well. We have a very similar sense of humor and get annoyed at the same things, and so it was perfect. So those scenes, as hard as I would have thought they would be before we started shooting, it was a piece of cake at that point because we had such a good rapport that it doesn't matter if we're yelling at each other in a scene or laughing about something else. That engagement, that connection that we have can go either way when we're rolling. So that I mean, she set the bar really high, and I was able to meet her in a lot of ways, like Gary, for instance, and Mank, and she made me better. She's present. She's just right there. She's just there. You cannot compete with Shirley, and you don't want to. And if she helps you rise above the clouds, your own stuff, then let her. And she did.
Did you learn anything from her in observing her? Or did she, give you advice?
I'm sure she did. I can't remember. I'm sure she did in her own way, not to give advice, but to tell stories. I think the truth is I learned that, like, memory is everything, and I just want to be as sharp as she is the whole time. And the fact is, you got to just write stuff down. I mean, she wrote everything down. She has it all in her books, and nothing is out of the realm of possibilities too. Like, she definitely showed me that.
Cool. Cool. So, yeah, all right. So, First Reformed, Paul
Oh yeah.
Schrader, incredible script, incredible writing, extraordinarily difficult terrain here. Tell us about that character that you're playing, what she's going through, in that scene.
She's pregnant. I was pregnant. I was 33 weeks when I stopped filming that, and this woman has just found out that her husband has shot his head off, and Ethan Hawke's character has found him in the woods because he asked him to meet him there, and that's a little while after he told me, after the cops came. And oh my god, I that was hard. Watching it back, I don't have that many regrets, but watching it back, the actor in me is like, ugh, I wish I could go back and do that again because we didn't have a lot of time. I mean, this was the opposite of David Fincher. Not that it was Paul Schrader, who you can trust. I mean, 100%, he knows exactly what he wants to do. He's edited it in his head. He is incredible. I cannot believe I got to work with him. And like David Fincher, you trust that world, but unlike David Fincher, we had no time. It was a very small movie. So I wish I had more time for that scene specifically because I don't know what it's like for the character, but I can imagine. I spend a lot of my time as an actor imagining. I spend a lot of my time as a human being suffering from OCD, imagining that kind of stuff happening. So I was removed somehow from it to protect myself, but I don't know, maybe removed too much. That's my fear. That was a hard scene. That movie was hard. I shot that whole thing in 7 days because I
Oof.
was pregnant, and it was a character I never played before with the best performance Ethan Hawke has ever given. The best performance, and did I feel like I could live up to that? No, but I tried my best. I tried my, that's all you can do. You can try your best. And it was a beautiful movie, and I can't believe I got to be a part of that and help tell that story.
Well, you're always so tough on yourself. You got really good reviews in that movie, and the movie got very good reviews. You were part of it. Um,
Yeah.
so, did you along the way turn down big roles in favor of the ones you decided to make? Things you just chose not to do?
I chose not to do certain things because of where they shot and how long they shot and what the actual content was. I chose not to do a giant movie, um, where I could have possibly built three of these barns. And but that's okay. I really only want one, so that's good. No, but I did turn it down specifically because I wanted to work with Seth MacFarlane on his comedy, A Million Ways to Die in the West. And I thought that would be more fulfilling as an actor, and maybe I was wrong, but I don't think I was. I really enjoyed that. I got to be part of his world, and he's really funny and smart, and we got to work together again after that. And so I don't think that was the wrong move. I just, I didn't want to do anything where I would be so bored and wouldn't want to go to work. And luckily, I've had no experiences in any movies where I didn't want to go to work, except if I was sick because I was pregnant, and that happened twice. So
That's
it's
pretty
fine.
good. So,
Yeah.
here I am name dropping again. Sandra Bullock once said to me that she got to be a certain age before she figured out how to say no to her reps. You know, that she figured out what she wanted to do as opposed to what everyone was telling her to do. Did that
Right.
happen to you?
There's a wave, it goes up and down. And with over my career, I've had moments and then I've had slumps, and I have moments and then slumps. And they're expected. The only things in life that are expected. Everything is fluid, especially feelings, right? And so I never wanted to have to capitalize on a moment and do something for the sake of international revenue or whatever business purposes. So yeah, the regrets are few and far between in that respect. I really just wanted to do things that were diverse, so I could from an audience standpoint, I wanted to kind of manipulate that situation as much as I could, control it, in that I could disappear in roles more easily. I know Mama Mia didn't help, but I also really need stuff like that too, because that was a challenge in a different way. So, and nothing has ever been too green screen for me.
All right. So we have now come up to Mank. Mank, directed by David Fincher, written by his dad, Jack Fincher, and nominated for 10 Academy Awards. So we're going to look at two clips from Mank.